Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to Feria. We're about to have a best of 5 with Mr. Eru, who has put in a request. So we're gonna do a best of 5. Eru's bringing some special rule sets for us to play with. Basically, only having 3 copies of each card in a deck, which pretty well translates to no legendaries. So we will see how it goes. And Eru's gone and redeemed the 10k mooncakes. So we're gonna get this underway pretty quick. Eru, longtime player of the game, also longtime supporter of the channel. So, also, Eru wanted a ban list. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but he was like, no disciple, and all of the funny cards. So, we'll pick some lists here. Oh, this wasn't a best of 5. That's okay, we can roll it in a classic lobby. Okay, so the first list I decided to pick was the blue-yellow tempo. This is something too, if you're like starting off and you're, oh, I've forgotten what the starting land is. Is it desert, lake? Pretty sure it's desert. I haven't played this list in a long time. Yeah, if you're starting off with your card collection, you don't get like legendaries, right? These ones you can't, the legendaries you can't craft, so you have to hope to pull them from packs. So oftentimes you can very easily get away without any legendaries at all. I'm gonna slide over this side. Like, the thing with legendaries is, there's some really strong ones, but in Feria, they're only okay. Oh my god, I got volleyed. They're only okay, so it's not like a big deal. Yeah, and you can very easily get away with a deck that doesn't have legendaries in it. Okay. Unfortunately, cannot tow ship anymore. It's actually pretty bad. I could go for double neutral to get a double collector here. But then this is a 3/3, and he cannons it, so we probably need the stats, actually. So it'll have to be a desert. Yeah, this guy's probably gonna have to even go backwards, which is unfortunate. We'll put you there. Because I need my next lake that I build to be for tow ship, so we move it. Yeah, Eru hovering the left side here, but since he's already made this land investment, he's kind of forced into committing this side. Otherwise this was a big land. I'm gonna get swarmed out by Rakoans. Oh, I forgot to mention also, in this sort of format... Hey, XDO, how's it going? In this sort of format, we're doing, winner switches deck? I believe. So, a player will have to win with all decks. Oh, I don't have enough for tow ship still. We could +1 into tow ship. I think we'll just go for that. This lets me get an aggressive lake like on the well space for a future Colossus, and we can just sidestep. 5/5 is kind of difficult to deal with, except with the like volleys in this list. Kind of getting hard countered here. Because if there's 3 copies of every card, that means the second volley is going to be pretty likely soon. So I could have considered that and like gone for this or something. I could have potentially gone... It's just really awkward with the land placement. Because I would want to have this aggressive, so maybe double neutrals, but then I missed my lake spot. Okay. So... Just go for a lake. We'll step this guy. I don't really need the lake yet. I guess if I want to play a creature. It's this, or we take a face slap with Fanatic. The thing is, if I do that, then I lose the initiative with this Explorer, so we're just gonna drop this. Very important that I have collections on that top well now that we top decked the Wave Crash. And we step in trade range, which is a thing, but like 4 cards in deck, it's my hope that he's going to invest quite a bit into this in before volley. Also, Ulani not a card that I need to worry about. So this hand size is staying the same. Illusion time. And then Chieftain. Okay, so we'll probably end up losing this. Not gonna be able to tempo through all the swarm, but thankfully Arrow is kind of built up on this right side. I guess I'm also not considering he's only got 1 card left. So we're probably fine. We can tempo a Colossus. We just don't build this land for him to step. Next is like the lands I want. I was considering a desert for a Wind Soldier, but I don't think it matters. We just have this. So we'll neutral and then probably put another one for a guy in the back here. Where go neutral? I almost want to step this guy aggressive, but the land placement's a bit unfortunate there. We will just tempo Colossus here. Maybe if we want like another Wind Soldier attacking land somewhere in the future. He's got so much swarm, it's not gonna matter. Like, we could build this for a desert in the future, but that's just not gonna work. Let's do this, and then we have an option for Fanatic next turn. Like I said, 2 cards in hand, so this is gonna be pretty limiting on his options. He gets to kill the 5/5, but most likely the 7/7 gets to slap. Unfortunately, 7 is not good enough in this situation. When he's on 15 life, we need like an extra little 1 damage in there. But this might be good to hold cards like Fanatic plus Wind Soldier. Spirit Theft. Okay, he's got Dacoit. Solution. And the healing, which means training is not going to be an answer later. But the 5/5 coming down there means we can actually use our Fnatic play with our 5/5 we stepped up. If that's something I want to do, we give up collections, we have to build a land. Doesn't feel great, but he's only got 4 stats lined up here. That's really likely he finds 3 damage though. That is a little unfortunate. We could summon Fnatic Aggressive. Is that worth it? Double neutral this way, summon Fnatic Aggressive. Because he's got to deal with this. He's got 3, 4. If he does have Illusion, he hits... Alright, I'm going to be on this space. So he can Illusion with a different creature. Then he can finish with the 3/4. Then he's got a 1/2 lined up where the Fnatic is, and then he can Spirit Theft it. But that's pretty specific. Optionally Barter, I don't think gets me anything. Okay. I mean, we're in a pretty losing situation pretty soon, so we're just gonna hope this works. Guess to take a card draw. He probably does have Soul Drain in the list as well. But Soul Drain, it wouldn't matter if we summon him back here. I am online. Yeah, I haven't been doing Feria stuff much lately. There's a planned community tournament. I mean, I've been talking with Bobbin about a special tournament, but he was supposed to organize. And that was like a couple weeks ago. A week ago? Okay, so that works. That's an answer. And now we lose. We could probably surrender here. I don't think can beat Swarm any further. Yeah, okay, we'll move on. Pretty strong matchup, so pretty difficult to deal with that. So we are going to have to keep playing the same list, I believe. I believe those were the rules. Let's see. So these are Ares rules. When a deck wins, it cannot be used again. Right, so yeah, Conquest. To not look like a losing position? Oh, I was pretty losing. Yeah, in this position, like, tempo, you have, like, if you get outswarmed in tempo, then you just can't win anymore. That's just the game plan. Games are over pretty quick. You either win or you lose. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to play with the same list. I didn't realize that this was my starting list. I thought we were doing a best-of-5 pick, so that's unfortunate that we picked this list. But, hopefully it does alright. We got volleyed. Volley is pretty game-winning that early in the game. Another one, though. Sick. Let's just hope for no more volleys. And tournament-wise, like, Abraham's kind of been lacking. Oh, it's more Swarm. We just lose again. Fantastic. I probably... I mean, I knew Arrow was going to bring a lot of Swarm, but... Okay, that's okay. We have tempo cards. We'll be alright. Maybe. We've had like 2 opens this season, and there's already, like, we're supposed to have the seasonal cup soon. I think Abraham's just been super busy with their new game, which is sad. No love for Feria. Yeah, okay, GG. Why did I bring this deck? Oh, saved. Actually saved. Kind of saved. No, I'm not really saved. But, yeah. What do then? Do we continue going forwards? Or do we just build this land? Because my plan is to probably training next turn, kill this, and then develop something. Maybe it's Toe Ship? We will do this. Depends if there's another Demon Wrangler. Demon Wrangler is pretty game losing. If all he has is small little swarm, then we might get some footholds. Oh, well that'll be fine. Alright. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. We can even drop Herald. Do I drop Herald? Probably. What are the thresholds looking like? We drop this, we're on 2. This becomes 6. Next turn, we go up to 6, so we could tempo a Colossus if we play Toe Ship here. We cannot do that if we play Herald. Though I think the Colossus stats don't really matter on this in this archetype. Again, it just comes down to Demon Wrangler, but he didn't have Demon Wrangler there, so we're probably okay to just dump this. I desperately need the collection. We might as well build a land here too, actually, just to lock this in so he can't land block. Yeah, we'll claim this. I could go face, but I just really need the collection. Right, actually, I'm stupid. We can +1 into this if we really want. Oh no, sorry, I was debating the Tempo Colossus, yeah. Yeah, the Toe Ship's super nice here too, because we get to hopefully block both lands. He's only on 2 cards. Cool. So we can draw. Let's see, this goes to 5 next turn. I'd have to +1 if I want to play this. I would like... Maybe I don't block this space. Let's see, Bone Collector, is it really easy to get 4 stats? Depends what he's got, like if he's got buffs and stuff, if he's got Wind Soldier. Let's see, Wind Soldier into this though, that's 3, 4, 5. He needs something else, 1 card in hand. I think we're actually not gonna block the lands. Just to play around this Bone Collector a little bit. So 5. We can dash here and we'll +1 so that we can Colossus next turn. I really need this pressure early, like, the Explorer is super nice. This is value. But we'll see what the board state's looking like next turn. The other thing is he has to build this land, so yeah, most likely he's not going to do that. Which is good for me, because anything he body blocks here is not going to get Bone Collector buffs. Wow. That's fine. Sacks the Bone Collector. Okay. Training's very cool, so we're not gonna go for Tempo Colossus, I think. We're just gonna go for board clear. Wait, we can still do this. I just +1. Right, so I guess we are doing this then. Hit this. Then again, does the collections matter for him? Maybe I don't actually board clear here. Right, because it's gonna be difficult for him to actually convert this Feria. Yeah, we'll just whack face. Well, we'll take a draw here, if that's the plan. If there is a Soul Eater, then that's pretty unfortunate. Ideally, we top deck Origin Fanatic, so we want to keep clicking this draw button, because if we can swap these things around, deal 12 damage, then we're in Wind Soldier range. And then we don't mind getting swarmed. Does he have an answer? Double Wind Soldier. Better have something besides Wind Soldier. Fanatic. Soldier in top deck. Not answering the Bone Collector. Gonna bite me in the butt. Uh-oh. Oh, saved. So we could hit face here. We could also collect and play this, and we have training follow-up. So I think we're just gonna do this. We can still get this guy to face with the training. And then we have to hope to win with just that training and what's on board for now. Herald's a little bit pricey at this stage in the game. Another Deathwalker. Okay. Avenger's fine. It is less fine that I don't get to training the Colossus, though. I guess we're just board clearing here and dropping Mystic Beasts. Let's see, we could top deck Fanatic here. But I almost, like... Yeah, +1 doesn't do anything, right? Because we got Hero. +1 could if we collect. But we really don't want to collect. I guess we just do it with the +1. So we have the option to play the Herald, and if not, we can also... Sorry, I missed math. This is 6 with a +1. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, never mind. We don't have to go back. Nothing. Well, I will take a nothing. I guess that's pretty good for us. With Fnatic top deck, we could actually stay on the well. Sure. So if we win this, then we choose a different deck, right? Okay. Good. The thing with Conquest format is you can't really counterpick, which is a bit unfortunate. I think Feria really excels with the whole counterpicking aspect, right? Because there is a very loose rock, paper, scissors format where archetypes counter one another, and if you can't predict what your opponent's gonna play, that's pretty rough. Oasis Explorer. So, +1 Fnatic Explorer. Let's see, 5/6 up. Probably. Yeah, okay. And just jam all the creatures. Should be good enough. But we have to fight, right, I guess we have to fight this list again so we can actually counterpick, huh? Yeah, Conquest is a weird format. Because I'm the winning player, and yet I get to counterpick a second time, but like, I guess the idea is if you've won, then you've probably picked the counter, so then you don't have a second counter list. Alright, so we'll switch lists. And yeah, I mean, this time we'll just pick a counter to the Swarm. I believe I have a red list prepared. Which one is it? This one? Yeah. Two combat creatures. I'd like a removal card, I suppose. I guess we actually just get rid of X-Grinder, maybe. Well, Boss is actually pretty bad into the 5 HPs he's got going on. It's still good. Okay. We're gonna do this. Just because I was hoping for, like, removal, but that's okay. Okay, we probably don't want to fight same side because of Bone Collector. Next question is, do we need, like, a body blocker? I guess I can just play this anyways. I was thinking body blocker for Soul Eater in the future, but nah, we don't need it. Another ground shaker. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, we'll just head this way. So there's two things that can come. There's the Deathwalker, or there's like Demon Wrangler things. I guess we play boss. Deathwalker's pretty sad into this. We do have like double shaker, I guess, but we will probably save up for double shaker. Double shaker's even cool into Demon Wrangler. But single shaker will do too. Do we kill that? I guess we actually just kill that, huh? We just shaker now. Unfortunately, we have to put the shaker backwards, and it makes our lands really weird, but killing the land ramp card's pretty good. Actually, we can flame burst this with that top deck too. That's cool. Plume sprites. Okay. We got wranglered after all. That's okay, we just top deck Cypher's Wrath. Easy. Grizzly. Pretty good cards. That's also okay. That makes it 3 power, we stay on 2 HP. I didn't see any soul drain, so... We'll just do that plus bursts. Sure. Cool. Can even play this. Let's see. So he can put like a demon a demon wing on this forest. So we could just play Brigand and prep, or we could even step up, or we just save. I don't really need to save. Yeah, we'll just play another combat thing. And we should have answers to pretty well anything that comes down. Deathwalker, we've got the second Shaker follow-up. The Demon Wrangler, we now have this. Those are really the two big threats. Maybe he runs Laya. Laya would be also super fun. Hey, Fickle. I only need 3, but it was a solid shaker on that turn to deal with the collector. Because we're not running any legendaries in this, so no Cap 10, no Bulgarion. Yeah, the Grizzly is kind of unfortunate. It's kind of sad. Big stats. Shaker, very cool though. Unfortunately, we do have to combat hit if we want a Shaker, but I mean, we full clear basically. It does 4 damage to this, he's on 4 health. Then we Brigand. The other option is we, save for a bigger shaker, but I don't know if we're gonna get a bigger shaker than this, because these are just gonna be able to collect value. I'm not a big fan of pre-hitting. We have to pre-hit anyways, though. Shaker's not enough stats. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go for it. We're losing our axe grinder spot, but oh well. We'll start stepping up this back shaker as well. I think we've collected enough. His Wind Soldier lands are super awkward here. Can only Wind Soldier backwards if he wants the collection. Oh no, sorry, he can do it this way. But he can't, like, Bone Collector. So no Cypher in this list either, but yeah, like I said, I mean, legendaries, you don't really need them in the list. They're nice, they're really good when you draw them, but they're super random, so you're ideally hoping to win without... Okay, so we did find the Wind Soldier. Interesting to decide when you charge, always go too early. Oh, did he play double Wind Soldier? Neat. Yeah, with, like, if you're doing tempo things, you need, like, extra collections and things. Does he have Spirit Theft? Because, like, you see here I'm on 6, right? With too much to spend. Well, not too much, I guess. We can take a draw here. But, yeah, I mean, we'll take a value boop. So, what's his answer to this? It's gotta be Spirit Theft, right? So, on 4 Feria, 1 goes to Spirit Theft. Right, Deathwalker costs 3. How do we even fight Deathwalker normally, though? I guess we should have Cypher's Wrath coming. I haven't drawn a single one, so there's 3 coming, so we could go with Brigand here over Boss just to fight Deathwalker. Then again, it doesn't really matter, does it? Played double Wind Soldier. What else am I worried about? There's a green creature in hand from the Bloom Sprites. Let's just play this. If it's Deathwalker, I mean, we still get to hit face. I'm also considering, like, Spirit Theft plus Deathwalker on a 3-card hand size. I don't know how likely that's gonna be. I guess Deathwalker even is game winning for me, because the Deathwalker has to be here. And then I just hit face, and then he's got to decide whether he wants to collect, or just hit this. Knowing when to attack and when to defend is very tricky as well, like, especially if you're newer to the game, because you have to know the archetype and the sort of tempo and pacing that that archetype has, as well as your own. Because in some archetypes, you want to go faster, but some you can sit back for a little while. It's very dynamic in this game. Which is super interesting. Village Elder, okay, so it's a Demon Wrangler? Really? Okay, I guess this just forces me to attack this, so that I saved Shaker. We could step the Shaker back. Lost Explorer is actually kind of cool. Now that I know there's no Spirit Theft, too, we can go for value hits. Take these lands. We can keep drawing because we're going to get so much combat value. And then just swarm, and I think we're good. Yeah, the other thing too in this matchup, like, I'm these combat things into swarm, which is just super favored for me, so I'm gonna collect so much. I don't really need this back well that often. And now even I have another thing that collects for me. Soul Eater? Soul Eater. 13 already, okay. That should be pretty manageable. Let's see, we have 5... I'm probably not gonna kill this, right? We just go face, maybe? 5, 8... Like, we got 13 stats on board, technically. I mean, I could hit everything into it. And then we get free boops, but... I also want this guy to corrupt. Oh, that's... wow. Okay, that's just beautiful. Oh... Don't quite have the land space to maneuver everything the way I want. We have to step here. I need the Shaker to go face. Does that mean I take a pre-hit? This is really sad. But I guess that's what I do. Then we corrupt. Not quite enough for that, unfortunately. We can probably just keep swarming, actually, with Horsemaster. Just in case a second one comes down. Now, he's not really got options here. Wind Soldier can come and then maybe Flash Wind to face. But that's gonna be all he's doing, and then I still have a lethal on board, because I can Cypher's Wrath my own guy. He does have Stalker? I was wondering if he ran that card. Makes sense. Now he's gotta he's making a decision, does he want to go for the value trade on the Horsemaster, or reduce the 5 to face? I think he probably wanted to value trade there. Like 5, he's still on a healthy 7. I think he can function just fine on 7. I guess the other bad thing is, like, when the Stalker survives, the Brigand's in range, but then you just played the Steedling anyways. Okay, well... Wrath... This, I guess we should be drawing. Sad Axe Grinder, but that's okay. this mountain was definitely more important this game than the axe grinder. So we only get 3 lists, right? No, wait. 4 lists? 3 lists? Yeah, we only get 3 lists. Right, there's no bans. So we played tempo, we played red. Right, I brought 4 lists, so I guess we get to pick which one to choose. I have a mono blue. What's my other one? Oh, and a mono green, right. Mono blue's more fun. We can play blue after this. What? The Tiki Healer. Oh my god. Let's value trade. Go for another trooper. Yes. My forest. Huge tier, actually. He doesn't get to develop Soul Eater because we stole his forest. I mean, oh well, I guess he doesn't. Yeah, Soul Eater loses him anyways. Okay, so we won again. So now we have to switch decks. We'll do the blue jump. What happens if we lose? Oh right, we keep using blue. Right. So this is the last deck we get. Right, so we... yeah. So we have to win once with this list, or we lose the series. And he's still playing Swarm. Soul Bad Guy, thanks for the follow. Do I keep this? Does this do anything? This kills Demon Wrangler. I really just desperately need, like, Battletoads. Yeah. He needed to top deck another Eater. That was an interesting side effect of the Trooper. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it was cool, but it actually didn't matter, because we already had damage on board, right? Okay, so... Here, I have 0 Frogifies in the list. It's only Humbling Vision, so we have to be pretty tempo with our plays. Or we're gonna lose this match. Solid top decks. We definitely go opposites. If this gets stalkered, we lose on the spot, actually. I guess we can develop Mystic Beast with Sunken Tower. But Stalker's gonna be pretty game lose. Okay, no Stalker. That's cool. Like to see it. Alright. Second trainer. Second trainer actually kind of cool. Well, we're gonna play at a range of this, right? So we're gonna double neutral. Yeah, and then we dump the second trainer to fight this. Not bad. We don't have Aurora, so I don't really need to care about these lands. These lands are actually even better. Because we can hop there in the future. More aggression. If you don't know, by the way, Trainer does not proc on Mystic Beast due to the order of this gift effect. The jumper check happens before the gift check happens, so Mystic Beast will never get the Trainer buff, sadly. Would be really nice, 6 HP threshold is very good in this game. Octopus, though, will trigger, which is super confusing, because this is very technical, but Shifting Octopus does not have an actual gift effect, even though it operates the exact same way as gift. It's a different mechanic, and the different mechanic triggers after the, sorry, it triggers before the jump check. So, yeah, it's a really weird order of operations. Double neutral, that's my Mystic Beast spot. Oh no, that's bad. That's very bad. That is extremely bad. Okay, I'm thinking of a play here where we go Sunken Tower, Humbling, 3-cost Falcon Dive, and Mystic Beast, 6, 7, 8. That, or we just trade the 4-3 in, but I kind of want my body to stick. This is not going to be very good, actually, into anything. Yeah. We're just going to do this. That might have ended up coming on the Deathwalker anyways, I don't know. Like, with Death Touch, I have very limited options. Battletoads was the answer. But this seems reasonably solid. We protect our 4-3 from the 3-2 then, so we still maintain a collector. In this list, we're going up to Tide Lords, so we do need 4 lakes, but I also have 3 water elementals, so we don't need to build the 4th lake anymore. Unless we top deck a Tide Lord and we really want to tempo it. Second Fanatic could come, which wouldn't be bad at all. Actually, second Fanatic's probably pretty bad for him. He doesn't want to do that. Bone Collector. Alright. Sad. This will get buffed, so this is a 4-3. Is there any potential to go this side and collect? I don't think so. Pretty much it's probably just going to be Colossus here. We'll draw. Yeah, we'll just Colossus, hope for no mobility trick. If there is a mobility trick... If there is a mobility trick, then we really need the tempo and just ignore the Bone Collector. So what's his answer to this? Not a lot of options, but probably it's just gonna be sack 2 things if he can to boost this to 8 HP. Which is possible. We just saw 1 Wind Soldier. So these are gonna be less likely. I think I can start to rule out some cards that are in his deck as well. We've seen Wind Soldier and Deepwood Stalker, so I think it's pretty safe to say there's probably no Soul Drain or Spirit Theft, any hand removal. Okay, don't have the cards to deal with that Colossus. That makes me happy. Oh, stepping out of Ninja Toad range. Okay, fine. Don't let me have it then. We could still Ninja Toad, but we don't get collections and such. Oh, wait, I can still do it. Hold up. Remove this one. This lets me jump, kill this, and we get to build our fourth lake. And Ninja Toad. Correct. Okay, and then this thing just dies. Could see a double Soul Eater here. But with triple tower in hand, I think we're going to be able to manage. What? Well, that was a Bloom Sprite top deck. Interesting. Funny enough, if we top deck Humbling Vision, we actually get to value trade this. That is super sad. And one Soul Eater, only a 9/9. Not too bad. Okay, so we'll draw. Don't find it. Can this Colossus ever hit face? Probably not. Tower, tower. Oh yeah, it can hit face. That's silly. Okay. So, tower, tower, tower. Which means we do have to hit first. This is silly. Insane. That's really funny. Five HP, 7 HP, doesn't matter. Okay. The triple tower. That's a bit much. No concept of solid ground if it keeps moving. The poor Colossus, he just wants to live on the earth. He's getting seasick. Can he full block here? I mean, he doesn't need to full block, he just needs to block once. Double sunken tower means we can make an opening unless he land blocks. Oh, we can still do it here. He needs to double neutral. Yeah, okay. Gets it. Alright. We actually might end up losing. GG. Sick. Watch this. Watch this play. Top level plays here. Humbling vision, command, kill the own unit. We found it. And there's our victory. GG's. Well played to Eru. I need to really go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, we're back. Okay. Well, I have a little surprise to share with you guys. Those are those of you who stuck around after the break. I have, or at least am making a game. And I think we're gonna go and check that out right now. Feria, I've already gotten my rank 9. I think I'll just come back when we've got some more tournaments underway, which hopefully should be picking up over the next couple months. There's a community tournament we have planned. Like I said, Bobbin was going to organize that, but I'll pump on the gas with that one. And then the seasonal cup should be coming up. I believe it's supposed to happen in July. We got January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, July. So seasonal cup should be happening this month. We'll have to get Atmaz on that. But in the meantime, I can show you guys my new game that I've just created. I'm working on some videos to put out on the YouTube channel to talk about it, but we'll give you some little sneak preview. And let me just change the stream title. Alright. Okay. We'll open up a multiplayer lobby. I just sent a message asking if anyone wanted to demo a game with me, but it's kind of short notice, so we will see. I'm working on a how to play video right now, but we'll demo some of this stuff for you guys right now. This is Alchemancy. You might notice a few similarities to Feria. It's in board shape very similar to Feria, but it behaves quite a bit differently. So, in this game, we have wells. These are wells that you collect off of, but instead of you just building lands to them and collecting from them automatically, you'll notice that there is actually land already on this board. We have some water spaces, some land spaces, but actually most of the board is going to look... we'll have to start the game. We'll explain how this works later, but there's land spaces on the board, so in order to actually collect from a well, we do so using these canals. And once you build canals to a well, you link up to it. And let me just actually load some precons in here to demonstrate. So we're gonna throw in this guy, we're gonna throw in this guy. We'll load the precons. And thankfully a lot of this mod is super automated, so it makes things very easy. We'll start the game just to demo here. I'll switch to black. So, you have home base right here. This is symbolizing your laboratory, since this is all alchemy based. And you go across and link these wells with your canals. You link them to home base. So in order to harvest off of these, you need to have a creature to collect off of it, but you also need these links to home base. And in this game, you can actually travel on top of wells. So you need to be within one range of a well, including on top. You can harvest just by right-clicking this button. It gets sent back to home base. And so, this is your Alchemancer over here. This is sort of a substitute for the power wheel if you're coming from Feria, but it behaves a lot more like a planeswalker from MTG, if you play that game. So you get to use one ability per turn. This is your main source of resources. You'll see some little log icons down there. That is your lumber cost, and that is basically the same as your land cost in Feria terms. It's a threshold you need to reach in order to play your cards. Mana works the same way as Feria does. But like if we look at this Timberwolf, he's got a 1 lumber cost there, so you need to have a minimum of 1 lumber, and then you play the 3 mana. And this is of course also the way to build canals. So your canals are tied into your resources as well. So you activate this first ability several times in the game to grab these, get your collections. You might notice here that there's an easy path of 2, like you could immediately connect these. So what's ever the point? Like, why not just always go here? You can build these on water, by the way. These serve several functions. But when we pass the turn here, you'll notice all the water spaces actually whoosh out like this. So we've got a lunar cycle over here. Yes, I did include a moon in my game. And every time that a full or new moon approaches, the tides whoosh in like that. We'll pass a few turns just to demo again. They swoosh in here, and any canals you have built here on the edges will get swept away and deleted. So there's a little bit of a strategy here with, do you want to invest a really quick 2 to gain access to this well, collect off of it, or do you want to slow play it a little bit, build up 3, which would have to be over 2 turns, to make sure these aren't getting destructed. Now canals serve another purpose. I mentioned that they can be built on water. These also allow you to walk on water, but another purpose they serve is they extend your summoning range. You'll notice these are not like lands in Feria, so you don't actually summon creatures on these, you summon them actually on the wells. So you can summon within 1 range of a linked well. So I need to also create a link if I want to summon my creatures more aggressively. If I want to summon up here, I'm going to have to build canals all the way up to here. So, and then I can just summon up here. And in this game also, your opponent is of course building canals as well. There's no land blocking per se, so you just overlap, and anyone can build through like this. So you could, in theory, just have all of these completely linked. Your opponent could summon on your own well, you could summon up here, and that would be okay. And then, so that's the tides. Obviously, this means that creatures can drown too. So if you have a creature here and you mistime the tides, your creatures are going to start drowning. Drowning is working, I think, identically to Feria. I can't actually remember how Feria's drowning system works. No, it's not identical. So in Feria's system, you drown at the end of your turn. In this game, it's similar. So if you end up on water by mistake, then everything at the end step, there's sort of a cleanup phase, everything is going to drown at the end step. And so this guy will, no matter whose turn it is, no matter whose control this creature is under, this will die at the end of turn. It will drown. So this gives you 1 opportunity to save this creature if it's your own turn, but if it's your opponent's turn, you're out of luck. This guy's dying. But you can time these things with the tides. So a lot of this game comes down to timing. You have to time when the tides are coming in. There's a lot of card effects also that play around with timing elements. This is something that I really enjoyed in Feria. So I tried to implement this a lot more into the game. And this is the base rules. If you're coming from Feria, a lot of things are going to be similar in terms of combat and such. Combat works the same, except that creatures actually have a movement cost. So if this Timberwolf has 2 movement, that's kind of the standard. But other than that, it works the same. So you can you take your move action, you could do anything else on your turn, and then you can take an attack action. Attacking ends your turn. And then of course in this game too, there's no like straight line movement. You can just move wherever you like. So added a couple more, like, I guess you could say 4x elements to the game, where you can, movements a little bit more diverse. There's like 1 movement creatures, there's 3 movement creatures, those sorts of things. Can you build dams? You cannot build dams. That's actually a cool idea though, dams to block your opponent. The thing is I'm trying to avoid, sort of like land destruction type of things. In games like Magic, even Feria, land destruction's really sketchy a mechanic. So this is why I allowed canals just to be built on anything, so there's no... This is meant to be something you don't think too much about. You just build these as your collections, and then, yeah, you don't have to worry about being blocked or anything. There are definitely a lot of strategies with the canal building though. Like I mentioned, you could... Especially if you've built down this way, you could go for a quick little canal build over here if you wanted to collect off this well, but it's temporary, because when the tides rush in, these get destroyed. So you can go for this if you have a really small creature, or like a quick creature you want to collect with. A lot of factions can play around with this, like the Fire faction is all about sacrifice, so you could nab a quick few collections off of this well, and then sacrifice the creature once these are going to be destroyed. So there's a few strategies there. There's a few strategies also with the in-between spaces. So in Feria, you're very familiar with double collectors, and technically most creatures have the movement to be a double collector. You can go 2, 2, 2, 2. But if the tides roll in on the incorrect turn, then you're going to drown. So you have to time this well. Let me just use the wide canals. We're going to come up this way. And if you're like this, at least if this is your sort of canal structure, and the canals roll in, let's just pass a few turns. We'll be drawing a ton of cards. So when you pass the turn, the tides whoosh in, and now you're in danger. End of turn, this guy's going to drown. But you can save this, if you're standing here, by using your 2 canal builds for the turn to go up this way, and then you can step onto this, because canals are steppable. So you step onto this, and then you can harvest the resource even, and now you've made a little double collector. This is only possible, so if you're player 1, this is only possible on the white moon, the full moon. If it hits the black moon, it's going to be your opponent's turn, so you cannot do this. So basically, you have a limited window in the game to have a double collector. Once that black moon hits, at least if you're player 1, then you cannot do this. So you're going to have to either be off of the well or be using this to be doing something aggressive or something like this. Alchemancy stream. Would you consider different colored canals for each player? Yeah, that's what these black and the white ones are. Yeah, definitely. Summer is available, yeah. I was thinking of having a demo game. So we'll have a little demo game with Mr. Summerflame. Boop, boop, boop. I'll have to mess with my audio settings a little bit. And yeah, I believe I covered all the rules. So, for all of you coming from Feria, this is going to translate pretty well, so I don't need to explain too much, I think. But my how to play video I'm working on right now is going to get a little more granular for players who haven't played Feria. Nice thing about Tabletop Simulator here, a lot of things are automated. Like I said, you can harvest just by right-clicking this button, it'll automatically get sent back to your home base here. And you draw a card automatically each turn. There's a lot of automation features like this. There's some other things I could discuss, but I'll leave that for now while we get into the just a pre-con match. Missed the walls. Yeah, we don't have walls, but yeah, these are known as canals. Canals. Summer, are you here?
Hello?
Hello.
Alrighty. I am loading everything up.
Excellent.
Soon.
Soon. Let me change volume settings. Speak a little bit.
You can. Yeah, I'll keep talking at a relatively constant volume for you to test on.
Okay, I think
I will join the lobby. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah, so I actually released this mod like a few days ago. The Summer's played it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm an expert now.
An expert, he says. Let me reload.
I think I'm undefeated.
Oh, are you? Them's fighting words.
Yes. Absolutely. We'll ignore all the disclaimers that are appropriate, but it's okay. I'll probably just fight you with the wooden. One of the wooden. I want to play with Boris. That sounds fun.
Sure. All right. So yeah, to load heroes, we just take if you're gonna play Boris, we just take the Alchemancer, pop him in this slot. We do have to roll to see who goes first. 5.
Again.
15.
Okay, I think you. Okay,
right.
You go first. Okay,
so I'm gonna go first. So the placement, the seating order does matter, just because that's how it's programmed currently with the automation. Summer's gonna lock in Boris, which revolves around building a lot of trees, which are structures, very chunky structures. They're 6 HP, and I will probably pick. We'll play Fire. I was mentioning the sacrifice mechanic. We'll hopefully get some clever plays with this guy. So I'll just click the load precon button here to load all these cards in. And so my faction is all about sacrifice. That's the route I decided to go down. I think Feria burn is very limited in this game. I'm unsure if I'm going to add burn elements. I've been debating it back and forth. Like, burn exists oftentimes to counter slow lists and greedy lists, so I need to get a better feel for the sort of the other archetypes that are in existence. But yeah, so you get to use one ability per turn. So yeah, a lot of the time I'm just going to use this canal ability.
Okay, I have a small question about this precon. I appear to have 6 copies of this card.
Really? And you do have 6 copies. I might have typed something there. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well you can add in 3, let's see, what benefits this faction. We could put in a buff card. This Wandering Sage is like almost like a tiki.
Great, I'll take it.
So just
sold.
I'll promote you, and you can add 3 copies. So same deck rules as in Feria, 30 cards, 3 copies of each card, 1 copy of each legendary. Hand size, we'll get into the mulligan in a sec. Hand size is 3, just starting hand size at least, just like Feria, but max hand size is 10. I wasn't really sure design-wise why Feria went with 9, but I feel like 10 is a nice easy round number, so that's why I picked 10.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright. So we put the deck into this slot here, and then we'll press start game. And load everything in. So we actually start off with 6 cards in our opening hand. Hey, Last Out! This is my game, yeah. I'm gonna be making a how to play video, as I mentioned. I'm working on it, but I keep getting distracted playing this game. So we do get 6 starting cards, but this is the mulligan. We have to shuffle 3 back into our deck. So actually 3 starting cards. So I'm gonna get rid of a few things here. Boop, boop, and this one. We'll shuffle this back in. So my deck functions around sacrificing a lot of things for the mighty fire giant at the end, which discounts for each creature I've sacrificed. So I've got a lot of creatures that play around with this sort of sack ability. And I'll explain the cards as I play all of them, explain the mechanics. But I am going to be the first player to start. So I'm going to start by using my Alchemancer ability here, plus 2 coal, and build 2 canals. So coal is like a land count translating to Feria. And I'm going to build 2 canals, and we're going to just pick a side to go down. And then we're going to play this Conjured Blaze for 2 mana. And those of you, if you're just joining, you can summon a creature within 1 range of a well. You can step on wells as well. Then I'm going to pass the turn, and the tides are going to roll out. So this guy has a legacy, which is, what is it in Feria? Last words? Yeah, last words.
Yeah, last words.
Someone's going to fight me.
Yeah.
What deck type is Summer playing? He's playing like mono green, but it uses structures, kind of. He uses trees, which are a 6 HP structure. And he's got cards that play around with this. Okay, so he's just passed. I'm gonna build 2 more canals. Now he's gonna fight me, so I might want to be careful about going down this direction, so I'm gonna swap sides here. That will give me 2 coal. We'll go up here to collect. And then we'll spend 4 on a Goblin Mother.
Mama.
The mama. Whenever you sacrifice a non-goblin creature, I get to summon a little guy. And I'll add those in. I'm gonna add a bunch of these in, actually. What? 10?
Yeah, 10 doesn't work. You have to do 9.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're all learning things today.
This is playable right now, by the way. I'll post the Discord link in chat here. And all the links to the mod and everything will be on that Discord server there as well. So he's played a Forest Protector, gets to emerge as a gift, summon a tree on any adjacent space to a friendly creature. So structures work the same way as they do in Feria. Combat works a little bit different in this game. You cannot combat structures, just because structures are a bigger part of this game, so I didn't want combat creatures being able to hit trees. Okay. It's my go. We're gonna up to coal again and go to this opposite side. We'll go and collect. This will collect as well. And now we gotta deal with the 5 HP. He put him in range, but I don't have an answer to that, unfortunately. But what we will do, we will be annoying. I'm gonna step this guy up here. And I'm gonna play this Promethean Fanatic for 2. So, on summon, I get to sacrifice a friendly creature and add a Phoenix Fire to my hand. So I'm gonna sacrifice this. I'm gonna make a separate sacrifice pile. And this is going to do 2 things. It's gonna summon me a goblin because of my Goblin Mother. And it's gonna add a Phoenix Fire to my hand, which is similar to Falcon Dive, but can target structures. And then that's probably it for now. We'll pass. So Tide's Wushin. So sometimes you gotta be careful of when these are coming up, because you don't want your creatures to be on the edges and drown.
Alrighty. So, I will use my things and get more wood. I will also collect here. Well, and then I will slay your fiery goblin.
He dies
I
and he
take
does
1
1
damage.
damage.
And takes 1 on your health. And then I will 7.
Big
I'll play one of
boy.
these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was I? I think I was on 7. Okay.
A 6-8 is pretty spooky. I'm not going to be able to contest that for a little bit.
But chill.
Alright. Tides whoosh back out. So... I might want to first collect. And you're on 4 HP, I think. Oh. Yeah, this'll work. We'll just combat hit into here. So 3 damage. And then we'll use our Phoenix Fire we just grabbed to kill it.
Dead.
And then we will play our Phoenix over here. And this thing is a flyer, so flying in this game, similar to Feria, but you can fly over things. And also this doesn't drown, of course, so I can actually use this as a double collector. Which means I probably want to actually build canals in preparation for that. Oh, but I wanted to do a thing. Let's run this away from the big boy. We don't need to collect right away. We're gonna use... Oh, but we do. But we do. Okay, we'll be a bit more patient. We're gonna up 2 coal, and then we'll build up this way. And then we'll pass.
Okay. Fun times you're having today.
Wow.
Wowee.
Yeah, one thing that's important to keep in mind too is like which moon is coming up next. Player 1, I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but player 1 gets to respond to the tides on their turn if the white moon's coming up, but otherwise the black player responds. Oh no.
You convinced me.
I cannot escape. Body blocker.
Yes.
Right, and land counts if you're coming from Feria are basically doubled in this game because you're gaining 2 of that resource every turn. So if you wanted to translate this to Feria, this would be a Grove Guardian. 3 land cost, but he's got some wild costs in there as well. So 4 lumber, 2 wild. Okay, collect. Okay, well, tree guy is annoying. Do I have a kill on this? Yeah, so when the Phoenix dies, I get to add a Phoenix Fire to the hand. And a young Phoenix. So... we're gonna make an attempt... Oh... I need an actual creature on board for that. Okay. It's gonna be a tricky turn then. So if I can time my moon plays as well, I might be able to save this Goblin Mother at the same time as killing this thing. We'll see... Ooh, I think I can actually. Okay. So we'll do this with our canal builds. We'll go up 2 coal. This should work. So we're gonna continue up this way. for 1, and then we're going to build it here. Now you can, if you link to a well, then you can keep building canals beyond that well. So this is a legal move, and then we're going to step back onto this water space, because we are going to be safe next turn. We get to respond to this, as long as this well is open at least, or if we build canals. So we'll do this, and then we will come up here and bash this for 4.
This dies.
And then when the Phoenix dies, he adds a Phoenix Fire and Young Phoenix to my hand. So smaller Phoenix and a Phoenix Fire. The smaller Phoenix is just a little bit cheaper, different stats. Okay, and then I need to do 3, 4, 5. We could also go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would have enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so yeah, I could do it this way. This is gonna be a lot of Phoenix Fires. Oh, actually, we can do it this way, I think. Not quite. Okay, we summon the Young Phoenix at this well, now that I'm connected to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna play Promethean Fanatic to body block here. 1, 2. We sacrifice this unit. So he sacks them again. I get to add a baby Phoenix and a Phoenix Fire to hand. And I spawn a Goblin. And unfortunately I can't hit with the Goblin, but that's okay. We have 2 Phoenix Fires now. Spend the both of them to kill the Treant.
Dealt with.
Actually, this is sacked. Okay, and then we pass. So this Fiery Goblin is here, but he can't collect. So I'm on 1 well currently. But Summer is also on 1 well. It's Patrick. Tis fun.
Well, we're going to continue my march forward. We will slay this individual and collect. And then I will summon a wolf.
Woof.
Which is
Sacrifice the tree.
And this gets a +1/+1.
We have +1/+1 counters now. Very cool.
That costs 3. And I go up to 10 lumber.
Okay, so my Goblin Mother might end up
2,
drowning
3, 4,
after all.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Your move, mama.
Which means this thing dies. And we gotta save her life before she drowns. Okay, and we collect... Oh, your token is covering the thing. Interesting. Maybe that last turn was a mistake. It looked flashy, but I think I'm out of resources now. Interesting. This thing will work, though. No more sacrifices. I do have my hero power, which I can use to sacrifice a creature. Another thing I can do is... Yeah, Okay, well this goblin can march forwards. He's not doing anything collecting there. Then... we'll summon the baby phoenix on the well up here for 2. This is just a 2/1 flyer. And I guess we might as well just hit this. Because she's gonna die. And that's... Oh, I didn't use my abilities. Right, so a moon cycle just happened, so I could summon... It's not very useful.
A sprite?
Could summon a sprite. But, I mean, I'm already double collecting. So, I guess unless you play a taunt, so... Let's use the other ability. We're going to draw 2 cards and discard a card. So -1 coal. We draw 2 cards. And then I get to discard 1. We'll just discard this Conjured Blaze. And we'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. I collect from this one. So I go to 5. I think I will move it here. Send this guy forward.
He's marching. 5 HP I gotta deal with.
Okay. And then I'm gonna eat some of my wood for mana.
Another one.
Play this guy here. Yeah.
Big one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Okay, we at least get to collect here, and we will double collect. Okay, we can manage. It's okay. My lack of collections are unfortunate. We're gonna summon Twin Devils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when this guy enters, sacrifice another friendly creature to summon another Twin Devil in his place. I guess we wanted to do that with the Goblin, actually.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. We'll step him here, because the tides I should be safe. And then we will summon the guy there. Twin Devil. And so when this guy gets died, he does 1 damage.
And to your face.
And to my face, yeah. Okay. That's all I can do there. I could summon a Coal Sprite now. Let's see. One of these things is dying. Yeah, I think we will do this. So we'll use the 0 ability, summon a Coal Sprite. Put him here. And then pass the turn. So this guy's got an ability called Half-Life. 1, whenever a full or new moon hits, that Half-Life counter drops down by 1, and if it reaches 0, the creature dies. So basically this Coal Sprite I've got 1 use out of before he dies. But what it can do is collect for me, and it can be used as a sacrifice target. So it's almost like a +1 on Feria's Power Wheel, but you have to time it properly, because you could get 2 collections out of this guy, or you could use it as a sack. We're gonna whack.
And then from here, do this.
Oh no.
To buff this guy.
Oh no.
And then he'll go face for 8.
Face for 8. Okay, problems are happening.
That costs me that much. And I guess I still have this move, so I'll go down here and I'll collect, and then I'll eat 2 more wood for 2 more mana. I'll play this guy here.
Oh no. And he's allowed to do all these things because the Black Moon is coming up next. So he gets to respond by building canals to save these things. And he's got triple collection. I am on a single.
I also just have very many face tempo.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that was a good turn.
That looked like a good turn. I think I'm gonna end up dying here. We've got how much HP? 7.
7 health, yeah. 8, 7.
7 is many. Yeah, I tempoed a little bit too hard on the early turn. I think that was my downfall.
You do have a clear. You can do the sacked 1 damage, plus the 5, plus the
Yeah, there is
Phoenix
a
Fire.
clear. I just gotta see if I can more efficiently do it. We can play
Fair.
this. Get 2. 1 Phoenix Fire, and then I need to sack as well. Okay, that's an option, but I'm still going to end up dying. So this will hit for 5.
Okay.
And then we might as well do something useful with the Goblin Bomb thing. Oh, the Goblin Bombs are going to become liabilities.
The what?
Okay, the Goblin Bombs are going to be problems. I am going to have to body block here for 6. And then when he enters, I sacrifice a friendly creature. I'll sack this. Which spawns this.
No, it
And
does not. Your mama's dead.
What's that?
Your mama's dead. You don't summon anymore with these.
Oh, sorry, you're correct, yeah. Don't summon that,
So you can
I'm cheating.
You can
I gain
you can
2.
take back if you that was important.
This is the play anyways. I gain 2, and then we had a Phoenix Fire to hand. And then we draw a card with this guy.
Yep.
Okay. Then we need 2 damage on this, so we'll use the Phoenix Fire for 1, and then we'll use our hero power. Minus 2 coal, sack a friendly creature, and deal 1 damage.
Nice. Dealt with.
Not dead.
He goes not to my hand.
Actually, I'm gonna... Oh dear. I'm gonna pickle. Yeah, I have to body block. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna summon 2 more canals here.
Is it ever worth building parallel canals? Not sure what you mean by parallel, but like on the edges, Summer just demonstrated a good double collection, building on the ocean spaces that just spawned, and maybe you mean this by parallel? You can cross canals, so that's the only reason I'm twisting them like this. And this is the long-awaited game. Summer just built some. Ah, this is what you meant? Yeah. Yeah, this is a very cool play.
I can't. Oh, I go up to 8 lumber. I guess we'll play a Wolfie
tempo.
Boy here. And we'll heal my guy for 3.
Okay, this is gonna be it. I am being quad collected on now, so I'll throw in a surrender.
Alrighty.
So I misplayed a
green.
little bit. I found a flashy play of doing like throwing a lot of cards in, but burnt a little bit too much there. But this is the general idea of the game. Do you wanna do one more?
Sure. I get another one. But yeah, don't worry too much. You got the streamer effect going on, right? Gotta explain the game and stream and whatever.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that I'm still learning about this game as well, balance-wise too. So far, core mechanics I'm pretty happy with in the game. The only thing that I might be looking into is how canals are tied to the resources. This is like one very minor issue, potentially, but overall I've really liked how the game flows. And yeah, this game I've been working on. Technically, I started working on it like 6 years ago. But it was a very different design. It's gone through a lot of different design changes. And Feria has obviously influenced the end design here. Rolled a 2. Rolled an 8. Okay. I'm going to play the water faction to demo this one. So, water creatures work a little bit differently in this game. If you're familiar with Feria, all water cards have aquatic, just by default. So I can only swim on these water spaces, but I can also swim on canal spaces. So canals are serving multiple different purposes. They allow land creatures to walk onto water, they allow water creatures to walk onto land as well. And Summer's playing the electric faction, which is very speedy, a lot of movement tricks, and there's a lot of damage tricks, so it's very controlling. My archetype, well, we'll see in a sec. My archetype is about frogs, or the wogs, and they've got this evolve ability. So at the start of my turn, evolve will tick down by 1, and once it reaches 0, I evolve into something more powerful. So a lot of these creatures are going to be understated for their price, but then when they evolve, they're overstated. So that's the idea. You're supposed to wait a little bit on these guys, and you've got a lot of cards that can protect them as well. With all those phoenixes, I lost count of how many cards were remaining. Yeah, Fire plays very combo-y with all their phoenix fires. They got a lot of card generation, but then a lot of like burning cards. So Fire is probably one of the more complicated factions, I'm not gonna lie. Water always needs water or canals, or are they also hybrids? They need water or canals, or they will die. So they will die on land, unless they have a certain keyword, which is hybrid. And hybrid means you can walk on any spaces. Okay, anyways, let's start. So my hero is, my Alchemancer is all about attempting to drown creatures, and then as you drown things, your final ability here becomes more powerful. You summon X+1 whirlpools, where X equals the number of creatures that have suffocated, which is drowning on water or land. And whirlpool is this card. Basically, creatures get -1 movement. Oh, I didn't even explain terrain, did I? So terrain is very different in this game. This is a card type. When you play a terrain card, you can play it anywhere on the boards. You don't have to be linked to canals. It can go anywhere. It can go underneath existing creatures or structures. Creatures and structures can exist on this terrain space. And when you turn it sideways like this, you don't have control over this card. Only the player who steps onto it gains control. This is just relevant for certain keywords, but basically this is, you're manipulating the terrain on the board. It's not something that you have control over. Except its summoning location. It can go anywhere. Okay, I need to mulligan here. So this is a big part of what my water faction is about. Drowning attempts. We're going to try to drown creatures. But this card's a little bit expensive, so I'm going to toss it away for now. We'll toss this away, and we'll toss this away. Back into the deck. Okay, and I'm player 1 again, so I'm going to go first. We're going to start with 2 fish, which is my land cost in this game. In this game, I call it conduit cost. I'm not sold on the name yet. I might change this. Okay, and then we actually have a turn 1 play here, so we could book it to the well. I don't think that's gonna benefit me too much though. So we'll just go this side, and then we will play 1, 2, 3. Our tiny tadpole on the water over here.
Look at the boy.
He's ready to fight. And so this guy's going to evolve into a Wog Warrior, just for reference. Let's show it here. So he's a 3-cost 3/2 right now, but when he evolves, he becomes a 4/4 with 3 movement and jump.
Boy, what a boy. Okie dokie.
We have to watch out for the tide. Yeah, the water faction has to watch out for the tide going out. So typically I don't, like, the water was in there. If I had placed him here, he would die. Can land be destroyed? Land cannot be destroyed. There's one card in the game that swaps tiles, which is a little bit of a nightmare UI-wise right now, but there's one card that swaps 2 spaces, so you can swap this land space with the water space. Yeah, Most of the land destruction, if you want to call it, is the tides rolling in. And there are cards that deal with this. I actually have a few cards like this. So, I'm going to go up 2 fish to get to this well. Oh, you've decided to not pick a side.
No, I don't have to. Look at him go.
Don't. He's a speedy boy. Yeah, so this guy, right, Summer's faction is about speed. He's got small damage numbers, and a lot of ramp in terms of gold ramp. So gold is his conduit cost. So when this guy dies, he gains 2 gold. Okay, my other canal, don't particularly want to go this side, so we'll be more passive. We'll go this way. I'm assuming he wants to maybe fight. Maybe. We'll go up and collect. I've got 2 turns on this tadpole guy. Okay, so I need to start my evolve guys going. So we're gonna play this... Which side though? Yeah, we'll play this guy, the Patient Polywog. So this guy's got a very expensive evolve, but he evolves into a very big boy. Sorry, War Walk. Evolves into this guy. 6, 7, jump, 3 movement, hybrid, which means he can step on any spaces. I'll pass.
What a boy, what a boy.
Unfortunate hand. This is a starter deck. This is a good hand. This one is a really good hand, actually, because we can start our evolve triggers right away. Oh, that's Rat. Is that Rat? Rattle Kira?
Possibly.
It is Rat. Hello. Yeah, no, this is a good starting hand. It depends if Summer has hand removal for... Okay, he does. We've been boomerang bolted. Deaded.
You've been bolted!
Ouchie. Okay, so evolve 3. So we'll build canals. Plus 2 fish. We'll go over here and collect. And then... Am I gonna get away with the other one? We'll greed for it. We'll greed for it. We need to protect this guy though, so we're gonna spend 4 for another Patient Polywog. And... One unfortunate thing is I don't have protection cards in my hand, so these might end up dying, but they do have 5 HP, so they're chunky for now.
Chonky for now. This has movement 2, so you'll probably put it like...
Summer has a Flashwind like card, so I gotta be watching out for that.
Question on this hero power.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean by friendly well? Is that just these?
Yeah, it's any well you have linked. I need to clarify that probably.
Okay, so just anything I have linked from
Yeah.
my face. Okay. So then I'm gonna keep making canals then.
Yeah, I have to watch out for his
everything.
final ability here. Deal 2 damage to all enemy creatures on friendly wells and canals changed to you. I probably don't need to have the word friendly in there. I could just say on wells and canals chained to you, yeah.
Change by friendly canals. I guess.
Yeah, that would work.
Just because, like, there's some question like, is it trigger on your canals? But the answer is probably no.
Right.
Okie dokie.
Oh, we found a thing. That's a very cool pickup. So this is one of our protection cards. So we can potentially use this to protect our one Patient Polywog that we are close to getting to evolve. I'm gonna go up 2. Okay, this costs 6 fish. For those just joining, that bag icon is a wild symbol. Ooh, I could also whirlpool this to slow him down. We got another one here. Let's see, so Whirlpool means you get 2 movement only, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit pricey at this point in the game, but it's possible. So we could do this, and then play this. Okay, so we will do this probably 3 for the 1,000-year-old turtle. And this guy has hybrid, he can walk on land. Shield is protection in Feria terms, and friendly adjacent creatures take 1 less damage from all sources. And he's got 1 movement, so he's a slow boy. From there, we're going to use our Alchemancer ability to -2 fish and summon a Whirlpool.
Wow.
Strunk. I mean, I probably don't even need this because
it seems like overkill.
Kill. You might have a kill. Another thing I could do is actually just hold this and just not play it yet and decide see which side you invest into. Maybe we'll do that instead. I take it back. We'll summon a different thing.
Sounds good.
We'll play... Ooh, another thing I have to watch out for is this win con, but I'll keep that in my back pocket. Yeah, we will... yeah, I'm going to play the Wog Wisdom for 3 instead. So this thing, I draw the top 2 Wog creatures from my deck and reduce their evolve counters by 1. So I'm looking for a particular card, hopefully that's on the top, so I'm just going to scan. There's 1 card here, I'm going to grab this one, and the next one is this guy. So, from there, I can't play anything else, we'll pass. And I'm just going to modify these evolve counts. Technically that one's 0. One's 2.
Alrighty.
So this guy's really interesting with the Wog. I should probably just spawn all the possible things I can get. We can get a Wog Wizard, which is this guy. Hello, Flying Cactus. How's it going? Oh, my music stopped. This guy... This is another summon. There's a few summons here. Oh, I already have Newts. Okay. This is the game I'm making, yeah. I was gonna come out with a proper video, but here's a little treat for the stream viewers, I guess. Okay, he's approaching.
Yes, I've identified problems on this board.
When these evolve, it's gonna be big problems.
I'm feeling impatient.
So these guys, the Crackbolt Assassin, they have Beeline, which means he can only move in a straight line, and Backstab is like First Strike kind of from Magic, so if he would attack and kill a unit, he doesn't take any retaliate damage. So he wants to get this to hit for 3 and then this to finish, and then the Crackbolt Assassin's going to take 0 damage from this. But okay, Patient Polywog, about to evolve, so I really want to protect him now. I might actually just run this guy away just to guarantee I get the evolution trick. Oh, wow. Well, that's a top deck, isn't it? Uh-oh. Summer is in trouble. I think someone might not be aware of this card too.
Oh, I'm not. Absolutely not. But I'm ready for it. Hit me.
Am I gonna... This Polywog's gonna die, unfortunately, though, if I do that. Because then I don't get to kill this one. And I don't want to hit this, because I know he's got a Boomerang Bolt in hand. Is there any other way I can save both Polywogs? If I move back...
We all make sacrifices, man.
Yeah. How much mana?
Well, this spot actually is pretty safe, because I can't actually stand there.
You can, if you... Oh!
I don't have
enough canals. Oh, you chose to build it. Right, you don't have enough canals. Okay, I actually am safe, so this is gonna be a big play. We're gonna... oh, I just need to uptick 2 fish. Okay, we're good. We're good. And then where are we gonna build these? We can just build like this. So we have options for next turn, which, well, we want to connect to. And now we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on Tidal Wave. Now this thing's going to roll in the tides until the next time they should recede. Deal 2 damage to every enemy creature in the outer 2 rings of hexes. So we actually... Yeah, that one's dead.
Dealt with.
This one also dealt with because he's going to drown.
What does it do? Roll in the tide until the next time they should recede. Deal 2 damage to every enemy creature from the outside. So why does it deal 2 damage if it just drowns everything?
Because some creatures won't drown, like if they're flyers or insects, and then Tidal Wave does nothing. So it's just a contingency for those.
Oh, it deals 2 damage for the things that wouldn't drown, but drowns everything else. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that it just killed everything. I thought it just dealt 2 damage.
Yes. It used to deal 2 damage to everything, but a couple changes ago I made it roll in tides. Okay. So, we're looking pretty good. I'm pretty convinced on this board state. What's the goal? Wait, the goal of the game or the goal, or my goals, personal goals? The goal of the game is just like Feria, you reduce their health to 0. But obviously these wells are pretty important objectives. Is Gary now a tidal wave? He is. He is a tidal wave. Uh-oh. Did we find answers?
This is haste, right?
Oh, it does have haste. No, why did I step here? I didn't play around that. Ah, oh god. Okay, that was my fault.
So this takes 1 damage.
2? Oh, you use that first. Yeah. Okay. So what happened here? Hastened Elemental has got Insomnia. So summoning sickness in this game I'm calling sleep. So this basically has haste. And then he played Electrocute first, which gave me -1, -2. I could have played around that too. I'm stupid.
And I already played my wells.
This game is a game that I'm making called Alchemancy. I'll post the Discord link again in case there's new people coming in. And all the links to the table... This is in Tabletop Simulator, by the way. Which is just a modding game on Steam. Most people own it, so that is kind of my hope that most people already just passively own it, so they can try this game out basically for free. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about this guy. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
I was gonna line it up on this guy, but I was like, oh.
I just gave you the free trades. Oh, that means I probably don't want to step and collect just to be super safe. I mean, I could just do it, though. Could just do it. I mean, we still have our turtle play. We could do that. Okay, I need the collection. We'll grab the collection. And then we'll play the turtle to protect. And then we have 3... Oh, I know what card you have in deck. Maybe we just save from here? I could summon another Whirlpool, so this is going to be land next turn. If you have the Flashwind card, you can go 2/2 and hit.
Doesn't Flashwind put it to sleep?
It does not. No, you have a card actually in your deck that is Flashwind, basically.
Alright.
So you get to move. So yeah, we want to block this space, I think. Then we would have to...
So this dies? For the end of
It's got
next
hybrid.
turn?
It's got hybrid.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then, again, I could summon Whirlpools. It's pretty expensive right now, but it's probably okay. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want this Poliwag to die, and I'm scared. How many cards? You got 2 cards only?
And you know what one of them is?
I know what one of them is, which means you just need Flash Wind top deck and you kill it. Okay. We will invest the Whirlpools then. We're gonna go down -2 fish and play a Whirlpool here. And then pass. So,
Wait. Oh yeah, you're good. Okay.
yeah, so what I played here is the turtle. Friendly adjacent creatures take 1 less damage, and then in Feria terms he's got protection, the little shield bubble, and then I played a Whirlpool, which gives creatures within 1 range -1 movement when they start their turn. So this thing is going to start its turn at 2 movement.
Okay, I am going to... More gold.
More gold. 14.
Actually.
He's got a win condition that sacrifices a bunch of gold, and then it gains stats equal to it. So
I'm not actually using it. Okay, I'm gonna actually get the 2 cards.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 2 gold instead. Da 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 da.
Favorite art so far is the backstab guy. Yeah, that guy's cool. Some of the art is hit and miss. I used AI art for a lot of this. Well, all of it actually. I was learning AI art at the time, and also some of it was like new technology. So a lot of the art is really good in my opinion. Some of it is in need of updates because it's been a while. Only gets fun once you start making your own deck. Slowly working on your own, but very far from being finished. Awesome. I mean, I would say I'm technically also very far from being finished, because I mean, this is like super functional game, but it's in Tabletop Simulator. It's not like got any matchmaking to it, so you have to manually find opponents. So that is what I have the Discord server set up for as well. If you want to try this game out for yourself, you can post in the Looking for Game channel, try to find a game. I'll be around a lot as well. I'm going to be playing this with people a lot over the coming weeks. No!
Don't worry, you're mostly safe.
Okay, the turtle was a good play.
It was a good play. So that costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I am planning to make it in its own standalone game, yeah. Okay, so the shield
takes the shield off, and then I'll bolt him.
Ouch. Okay. Destroy it.
And I guess in that case, guy is gonna
you
come
take
back.
2 damage.
Wait, why? Oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah,
This is
it's got a 2/2.
retaliate. That makes sense. So I am player 2. I like the new moon. I'll go here. Surely. I'm not sad again.
Well, I would have to spend 5 to kill this with my tidal wave. Well, I would kill this too, I guess. Thanks for the follow, Cactus. Still, don't have any art. I would highly recommend...
If I'm worried about the tidal wave, then yeah, I'll position it here, because the turtle is here, right?
Yeah, that works, yeah.
Okay, so I'll leave him here.
Yeah, you can do that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's a website called GameIcons.net, which gives free images. They're just like really simple images, super good for prototyping. I'd highly recommend GameIcons.net. Okay, we got our boy, our Warwog. We worked so hard.
He did it. He's real.
He's real.
Look at him be.
Wow. I don't have small removal options in this deck, unfortunately, so I can't, like, kill these things efficiently. So that's unfortunate. So... And this guy's got a hybrid as well. Okay, we're going to build 2 canals, so we'll go up 2 fish. And we'll build up this side. We'll build this under you. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You got quad collection on me again. How'd you do this?
I don't know what to say, man. You don't have to play lands. You just play canals, and you're like, okay, now I can spawn here.
I'm gonna play this.
Deva,
That does not work though.
What?
We're not gonna play this.
Swiftness? Okay, no.
Yeah. Swiftness
Or
means
that
I can
question?
split up
I'll
my
ask when it's
movement.
relevant. Oh, yeah.
Okay, guess we should play this and this. We can block your collection at least. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. And whack the elemental. We'll take 3. Warwog's unfortunately gonna die. And then we'll play this here.
The Weaver.
The Weaver, and then we'll play this here. Actually, we could put you here to double collect, threaten double collection at least. This has evolved too because it was triggered off Wog Wisdom.
Aha.
Yeah, and your beeline can't reach me, so that's good.
This is true. Very true.
That'll be the play.
Even if he didn't have beeline, he got whirlpooled.
Oh, true.
So this trade's happening.
He's got 7 HP, so, but
That's okay.
okay.
He's got 1 health left, right?
Yeah, so you should have the boomerang. Or that, okay. Sure, more efficient.
This lad, he zap him.
Zap.
Pew. And then I'll bolt this guy. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So that costed me 5.
Yikes.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
boomerang
5.
bolt I'm probably gonna end up changing because this one's a little bit
Yeah.
OP right now.
Yeah. It's
I was like 3 mana for 2 damage seems bad. This'll probably
it's
be
not-
fine.
it's not 3 mana for 2 damage. It's 3 mana for all the damage.
3 mana
Sort of.
for 2 damage plus a card draw.
Okay. This is fair.
It would be good if you changed some of the colors. Yeah, the card design, right, like the card template is not final. I mean, of course, like I want my cards to look pretty eventually. This is just kind of a template for now. But I'm gonna probably just hire somebody to make me card borders and everything, because I'm not an artist. As you can see with AI art.
Give me the gold, please. Thank you. Actually, wait. It hits, the title of hits me, I don't want that.
Put the text in a box. Yeah, I've been debating that too because the text kind of just rolls off the sides. But when I get proper borders, I'll probably add those features in. Yeah. Okay. So you summoned the energy vampire. You're at 14 gold.
Just a smidge.
Right. Yeah, I should probably include some small removal damage in this deck, because I have no hand removal, except the tides, I guess. But we'll collect. I mean, we should be alright. So Black Moon coming up next, which means I can't attempt to drown his creatures yet. Oh right, 1 creature drowned, right? So I should have 1 counter.
I think it was, yeah, 1 did.
1 did, and then it dealt damage. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 1 was drowned
It dealt
outright.
damage, so it didn't drown
was just
it.
like tsunami'd outright.
Right, so 1 drown, which means that benefits this. Okay. Running shy on resources. Don't have enough mana for this. I guess I can draw a card. We'll draw a card with our ability. Ooh. I think I might end up dying here. This guy steps. This is not gonna be enough. I mean, I guess we can just ignore this guy for now. We'll spend 3. Summon Makara on this edge. Oh, you're a ranger. I can summon it here. And then we'll combat trade with your 3/3. So when this dies, he gets +2/+2 and shuffled back into my deck. We'll just keep track with a counter here. And pass. So the Makara has hybrid. It can be placed on land or water. And when she's adjacent to something, it prevents all damage and directs it to this creature. Is Makara part dragon?
She thinks so.
Makara is like I got this from mythology. It was this weird like reptilian alligator creature. But I thought the card art that I generated was pretty fitting. I wasn't gonna originally, I was trying to generate a different art, but I was like, oh, this could work on Makara. Another energy vampire.
Cost 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Okay. We have been blown out a little bit, so this is unfortunate. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to... unless I get a really sick play in the future.
I believe in you.
Let's go up, collect. We do still get double collection this turn. We could even actually transition here into going more aggressive. Actually, I could claim this left side. That is an option.
Yep.
So we will go up. Ooh, I have to stop this guy too. Okay, we're gonna have to use whirlpools here probably, actually. So let's play the Pondering Pollywog. Up aggressive. And then we're gonna use our ability to summon 2 whirlpools this time. -2 fish. 1 here to stop the energy vampire from killing me. And the second one, I could stop your collection potentially. But you're going up to quite a healthy amount, so we'd probably just try and whirlpool this guy. Let's see, a lot of cards. You go up to 5, 6. You can get to 7, and then you can get to 8. What can you do with that? Not going to make much of a difference on that threshold, so we'll just whirlpool this, and then pass.
Oh, fun times, fun times. Okay,
So this guy's getting combat gain 1 gold, but combat in this game does not trigger on face or structures.
Yeah, we'll start the party.
We're going for it.
Yeah. Someone's gotta teach you a lesson. And then we'll get this guy to trade here.
Flashhunt.
Yeah. So I got a gold.
Okay.
And this guy takes 2 damage. And then I guess this... Oh, do I collect or do I deal 1 damage? Ooh.
You could shoot him.
Decision.
So direct range works like Feria ranged, but it's got a limit. And then indirect range in this game can fire over obstacles.
Oh, decisions.
And then, yeah, it works the same way, so he can't move and then shoot. He has to choose to shoot, and then it ends his turn.
I think I don't lose the game if I do this, though. And then I summon...
Yeah, currently if you maintain just control over all this, I have to, like, swim this Pollywog away. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think I lose if I do this. Yeah. I'm not messing around with this wog.
Not this time.
No, no, no. He's not ready for war.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we can turtle a little bit, but I don't know.
Wait, did I use a hero power last turn?
You didn't build canals.
No, okay, then I didn't. Do I? If I'm unable to sacrifice a mana because I'm empty.
You can just go
Can I
up
still
3
get the
gold,
3?
yeah.
Fantastic.
Big. Okay. This is gonna really hurt. Okay. I mean...
I'll have to wait my gold.
Alright, we collect... this is... Not good, but... I gotta do it. Okay, we'll go up 2 fish. Go this way, and then... We'll play the Pondering Polywog, which has Evolve 0. So he immediately evolves into Wog Wizard. And then when the Wog Wizard enters, he transmutes a creature into a newt. And we will...
Who's the newt?
Transform this.
Whoosh.
Okay. This poor guy, I don't think he's gonna get to escape. We will try.
You either get punched by the or you get the newt.
Punched by the newt.
Take newt damage.
Okay. Alright, that's it.
Okie dokie. So this will move up here. Collect. This will continue hitting face, but I think it'll shimmy over here. And go pop. There. Did I hit you twice already? I guess so.
Yeah, I calculated. Yeah, I'm at 12 now.
Oh, okay. I was like... Okay. I kind of don't care about this polywog yet. No, kind of just vibing.
3 turns.
So you'll be at 9. Seems good.
To buy a book on Hindu symbolism? What is the Makara from? Is that Hindu? I can't remember now. I think it's Aztec. Oh no, it is Hindu. Yeah, Hindu mythology. Equivalent to the zodiac sign Capricorn.
I guess we'll spend 2 gold to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, so at the moment, card balance I'm working on. So some cards are a little busted. They're getting there. But balance isn't like horribly broken yet. There's maybe a couple outliers that I'm gonna end up changing in maybe a couple days. But I've been building up some balance patches. Okay, so the big boy comes down. Yeah, I was hoping you didn't have that because I had to invest my Wog Wizard there. That's what I wanted to transform. And now he's an 8/8. Okay. Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately I think the boomerang bolt might have blew me out. That is a card though.
It slayed many a wog.
Okay, we got collection. Ooh, I could do some things actually. Okay, since the tides rolled in on my turn, that's actually kind of good timing. So we are going to go up 2 fish. I'm going to build 1 canal here. And then the second canal... where do we put you? I'll build it here. This is typically a decent space if I want to hit face in the future, because I can build canals around. But we'll go there so that I can come here, collect, and then hit this. And then... I gotta play this guy, just out of range somewhere. Since there's a lot happening over here, I think we can summon you there. This guy does not evolve immediately, but he will transform into that Wog Wizard again, so I can... Wait, I'm dead.
Be a little bit dead on board.
Yeah, I might be actually just dead.
Something about it.
Okay, maybe that's it then.
Because also, for some reason, Bolt goes face.
Yes.
So even if you deal with this...
Okay, okay.
I can slay one last enemy.
Fine, that's it. Alright, GG.
GG.
Yeah, the Boomerang Bolt is a little game breaking at the moment, so this one I already have in the balance patch notes, but the rest of the faction seems to be doing alright. I really like how Bolt Eater feels. This is a really cool feeling card. You sacrifice half your gold, and then you gain 1/1 for each gold sacrificed, and this is like land cost in Feria.
Yeah, I got to have all the zip zap
zops
things going around.
Another thing, the starter lists might not be entirely balanced. I haven't put a ton of work into them. There's like 0 removal cards in here, so that would definitely help. There's some like -1 HP cards that can deal with these that I could include in here. Yeah, another thing is, with how I design some of these factions, in Feria's card design, we have a lot of things that are just naturally good against archetypes, right? Green is good into red, yellow is good into, or blue is good into green, green is good into, you know, things like that. Oh, I disconnected. So in my game, I kind of tried to put like just some subtle hints that fire is good into wood, electric is good into water. Not like hard set on this, but there's some cards that are kind of good into these archetypes. So for example, my water faction has a lot of bonuses when you summon things adjacent to each other. Like there's these protection cards you saw in this match, like the Makara, which needs to be adjacent to creatures. There's the turtle, which needs to be adjacent. There's some other cards. Electric has some cards in his faction, like Chain Lightning, which does 2 damage to a creature and then all creatures adjacent to it. So they've got some kind of hard counter options in these factions. Fire has really high attack stats, so it's naturally good into wood, which is like green from Feria. Wood is good into electric, because electric's all about small damage. Wood has big stats. And then water is good into fire, because it's got a lot of small stat lines. It's got protection from spells. Yeah. Lightning art is cool. Yeah, I like it. Is there a cost to building deck mixing? Oh, that's a good point. I didn't talk about that.
Okay, game's fun. Play it. It's good. I'm gonna leave. You can go explain more things, Boone, but thanks for the games.
Yeah, thanks for joining
the wonderfully designed experience. Good time.
I'm glad you had fun. All right. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so there are dual color factions. And there's dual color mixing as well. So because your resources are dependent on the Alchemancer, you do need a specific Alchemancer to dual color. So for example, this guy here, Willy, Whitefin Willy, he's the Earth faction, and he gives you coal and lumber. So you can include lumber cards and fire cards as well in the deck, but then there's also actual earth cards. And these will have, you'll see they have two different icons there, the coal and the lumber cost. And so there isn't, so the only cost really, or the only disadvantage to going into dual color is that you can't have access to as good of wood or fire cards. So for example, like something like Blooming Cherry costs 8 lumber, which is very far out of reach for this guy who generates only 1 lumber per turn, as opposed to the actual wood guy, which generates 2 lumber per turn. So there's some trade-offs there. Some cards might even just be straight up unplayable in the mono color factions. But some cards like, let's see, the Wandering Sage. This has a 3 lumber cost, so in a mono color, you generate 2 per turn, right? So this can come down turn 2. In the dual color, you generate 1 per turn, so this doesn't come down till turn 3. So those are some of the disadvantages to dual color, but you do get some faction cards to spend as well. And currently I only have 3 dual colors. I'm eventually going to have a dual color for every combination. I've been debating adding like a neutral Alchemancer that just generates resources of your choice so that players can actually, in the meantime, combine whatever they want. Because, yeah, it's going to be a long time before I release Alchemancers for every dual color faction. And there's one more thing that's a little bit unique that I haven't talked about yet, which is the air faction. This one works extremely differently to the other elements, in that you don't actually build canals with this faction. There is actually one other Alchemancer that does not build canals. It's got an alternative, but it works very similar. So this is the big change. You build nests instead. And this one's slightly more complicated, so let me actually just show the nests in a game to demo it a sec. So we'll just pop into things here, generate the decks, over here, and over here, no, not discards. And we'll just start the game to demo, because here are the nests. So how this faction works, let me switch colors, is you have to place a creature, you have to get a creature onto one of these wells, and then with your Alchemancer ability, you build a nest on top. And then when you collect off of this well now, it gets stored in the nest instead of going back to home base. So the idea with this faction is there's a few things going on here. You have to really set out and scavenge these extra wells to build these nests on, to collect off of them, and then these are locally stored. Anytime you want to summon a creature here, you have to, let's say I wanted to summon this termite here, I'd have to spend 3 mana at this nest to summon here. I can't use my home base mana on it. I can use my home base mana if I want to summon here, but if I want to extend my reach, I need to actually collect off of these nests and generate mana with them. And so this is very difficult to do. Like, obviously this is a lot more challenging than building canals, so there's some trade-offs with this faction. One is that their price, they're a little bit overpowered cards. I don't have a good example here, but like most of their cards are pretty overpowered for their cost, just a little bit, not super overpowered. But then as a sacrifice, they have this keyword called Half-Life, which you saw with the whirlpools in the last game. So every time a full or new moon passes, they lose 1 half-life. When it reaches 0, the creature dies. So they have limited lifespans, and they're difficult to summon because of the way these nests work. But as a compromise, their stat lines and their abilities and everything are a little bit overpowered for their mana cost. Not to mention, most of the faction has flying as a keyword, So you have like no penalties to doing double collection things. So there's a lot of different positives and negatives to this faction. And then there's some really strong cards that pair with nests as well, like the Stir the Hive. You summon a Mayfly on each friendly nest, which is this guy here. It's almost like a yak attack, I guess, but these things are a little bit more mobile. They've got 3 movement, and they actually die at the end of turn. Dusk is end of turn. Insomnia is haste. So the more nests you manage to build up, the more cards like this are going to really impact, because if you've got multiple nests, then you get to summon multiple Mayflies, and the center well counts as well. Right, I didn't talk about the center well, also I kind of brushed past this, but this one doesn't actually generate mana, but it does, you can kind of see because there's no like red circles in the center, but you can still summon creatures at this if you link to it. That is interesting, but yes, looks very tough. Yeah, so I will admit I have had some Oh, what is happening today? Why do I keep disconnecting? TTS is having problems. Yeah, so I will admit this one has been a difficult one to balance. Currently they're a little underpowered, but I think I just need to tweak them a little bit. I think TTS is dead. But that's okay, we got our playtime out, so that's alright. But yeah, that's the idea with the insect faction. It feels cool. It just feels a little bit difficult right now. Collecting nests is difficult, so I might be changing a couple things about it to make it easier. It's definitely been a challenging one to balance. Actually, my original design for this game was very inspired by the nests, how they currently work. Originally, you were only going to have localized mana on the wells, and the wells were in different locations on the board. And this was the way that the game just worked for every faction. But I liked the idea, I just wasn't a big fan because it's so difficult to collect off nests and it's localized, you need to summon creatures on those spaces. Your creatures have to be very low costed in order to summon them, because typically you're going to have like maybe 2-3 mana at a very aggressive well, and then you're like, well, I can't summon anything big here, I've got to summon like a small thing. So, I mean, that's another thing that ties really nicely in with the air faction. It has got a lot of cheap creatures, so you're able to summon them in spaces like this. There's other cards too, like I've got a card called Greedy Aphid, which, oh, here we go. We've got a card called Greedy Aphid, which, I will just show. So this guy sacrifices 1 mana at every nest you control, and then he gains +1/+2 for each mana sacrificed. So this is a pseudo way of spending a large amount of mana, but still being able to summon them aggressively, because you might only have like 3 or 4 mana at this aggressive well, but then you can summon something that's worth much more than 3 or 4 mana if you've collected from other nests. So yeah, I mean, I've had some wins with this faction. It's doing okay, largely because of the big win con, which is the army events, very similar to Soul Eater from Feria. Gains 1/1 for each creature in your graveyard. So this card saves the faction so far, just because this can be a win con. It's a lot slower than in Feria, right? Feria's got the charge 3 flyer creature. This has only got 2 movement. But you can build this up pretty quickly, because you do have half-life on your creatures, everything's dying. So this can build stats pretty fast. It's just hard to produce aggressively. You have to really invest into it because of how nests work, right? You gotta collect actually 5 mana off of a particular well in order to summon this. But there's a lot of effects that help it along, like the Alchemancy ability, give target friendly nest +1 mana and things like this. Yeah, Half-Life 3, if you didn't hear my spiel on that, is every time a full or new moon hits, that's the white or the black moon, this half-life ticks down by 1. Once it reaches 0, the creature dies. So most of the air faction has these half-life keywords. It's very thematic because there's a lot of insects in the faction. And, you know, insects have short lifespans, so that was the idea I was going for there. And, you have to, like, the reason I didn't pick, like, a X turns this dies, its half-life, is because, I mentioned at the beginning that I really went for I like timing elements in games. I like having to time your plays. This is something I really like from Feria especially. And in this game, you have to time your plays, of course, with the tides. There's some really cool timing plays you can make with these. But then you also have to do it with half-life. So you might be like, right, I can't end here, but you might be on like, coming up to one of these black or white moons, and you're like, well, I don't want to drop a half-life on this creature right away, so I'll hang on to this. Or maybe you want to go for a tempo play and just drop it anyways, except that its half-life is going to not get as much value. But if you wait, you could wait for the moon to pass, and then you get more value out of it, more turns. Potentially. Depends on how quickly you're thinking these creatures are going to die off in combat. So yeah, I mean, Faction overall has been doing things. It needs a little bit of a tweak to make it a bit more manageable potentially, but another thing I've been rolling around in the back of my mind, which I might end up just doing a tiny tweak to, is how the coal, like the, in this case, coal is tied to canal building. So it's very important to build canals in the beginning of the game, right? You gotta go like this is the main way to collect resources in the game, so really important to build these canals, but it means that you're locked out of all of these other abilities in the early game. Originally when I designed this, I was cool with this idea because I'm like, well, these abilities should be played late game anyways. But yeah, you'll know in Feria, like, you can activate the +1 or draw option really early in the game to try and like give you extra resources if you're struggling in the early game or if you're facing a rush. So in this game you can't do it as well because you can't even collect. If you go for like a draw, you can't even collect because you actually have to keep investing these lands, right? Or these canals. So I was debating untying these two things and making canals a separate entity from resource generation, but it's a very minor thing. Currently, as the game stands, it's, in my opinion, I think it's super fun to play. And I think it works super well. Maybe bar some card balance issues at the moment, but that will be fixed pretty quick. So the air faction has strong creatures with a trade-off that they are only around for a certain time. That is one trade-off. Another trade-off is that they build nests, so it's really difficult to actually... it's really difficult to actually summon things aggressively. Let's need to place the deck. Can I just do this? No, okay. Yeah, so that's the other trade-off too, is that nests make collecting a little bit more awkward, but you get a lot of payoff for some super powerful cards in the game. Yeah. And that is pretty much everything that I've got going on with this at the moment. There's... yeah, like a bunch of dual color factions. This one... no, I'm just rambling, but I really like this. I've got zombies in the faction, and they've got this keyword called infect, which infects other enemies as zombies. And then you've got effects like Disinfectant, which destroys target zombie. So you've got these effects that play around with infecting your opponent with like zombies as zombies, and then you've got cards that do stuff if your opponent has zombies. Yeah. Anyways, that will be it. If you guys want to join and check out this game, it's on Tabletop Simulator right now. It's called Alchemancy. I'll post the Discord link one more time as well. This is going to be the main place you can find games. And you can play with me if you want to. It is on Tabletop Simulator. Fortunately or unfortunately, it might be free if you own the Tabletop Simulator, but it also means that you have to manually find opponents in the Discord server. There's no matchmaking system, right? but that is something I will work on in the future. Currently, I've built... so I didn't build this mod, by the way. I built all the card art, I built the card design, I built the game design, but my friend Dex... I got him to make this mod and all the automation features you see here. So, hey, if you're ever looking for a TTS modder, Dex is your guy. He's in the Discord server. He's done a great job of this mod. You can find him in the Alchemancy Discord server there. Silver bullets are never fun, unless Infect makes it so it counts as a zombie. Silver bullets. Infect makes it... Yeah, Infect makes it so the enemy is a zombie. I don't know what you mean by silver bullets. This guy shoots... He's got an ability that deals 1 damage to an enemy within 3 range. This guy's the shooter. He shoots silver bullets. Hey, El Panico! Just joined a few minutes ago, but nice thingy. Looking good. Yeah, join the Discord, El Panico. And if you're ever around, I can show you the game. Super playable right now. Yeah, so I've released this right now as just a playground for people to kind of experience the game that I'm working on right now. It is a game right now. As I mentioned before, card balance I need to do some work on, but it's super playable right now. I think it's super fun, and I will be actively balancing things in the coming weeks as people play more. I've witnessed a lot of games. I put out a big balance patch a couple days ago. I've got another one that I'm working on with cards like Boomerang Bolt that you saw in that last game, which is a little bit oppressive. And hopefully soon it's going to be a well-balanced game, and I'm going to be eventually building a digital client. But I want to also get people's feedback on this, like the main core mechanics and such. See if people actually like it. Because if people like hate it, then I don't want to. I want to change it before I actually make it into a full-on game, right? Silver bullets is when a card counts as a very specific type of card. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that's the idea with this. So, yeah, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, silver bullets, bad card design, I agree. I don't like cards that counter a specific type of card, but this faction is built around turning your opponent into zombies, so it's more of like a subtype thing. I know there are some people that really hate subtypes. I'm actually a fan of subtypes. You'll see a few subtypes in this game. So that's the whole idea with this, is even your Alchemancer too. Another really cool thing about the whole design with Alchemancers is that you can put kind of more niche things in the game, because Alchemancers, you always have that ability accessible, whereas like in a normal game of cards where you're drawing from a deck of cards, you have to rely on RNG to draw specific things. So I can actually design Alchemancers to give you specific things if they're actually super dire. So like this guy summons 1/1 zombies, which infect other creatures with zombies. One unfortunate thing to this design is it does make it so maybe certain cards would only work with one particular Alchemancer, and I'm trying to avoid this. Currently, I do have one card like this in water, called Kaya's Cradle, which currently only works with Kaya herself. And I'm not a particular fan of this card design. I don't like how one card can only be used by one Alchemancer, so I might end up changing this, but I've tried to limit the cards that act like this. And the collection works with those bridges or canals, is it? Yeah, it's canals. Like better hero powers. Yeah, exactly. So I kind of took like Hearthstone's hero power. Well, this is more like a planeswalker from Magic, right? But like you always have, I guess it's like the commander you have in Magic. If your commander were a planeswalker, but you start the game with this. Yeah, I don't know. Take your pick on what it's adjacent to. Super like the feeling for these things. Yeah, I just mentioned the canal building. I might change ever so slightly just because I'm not super happy, but it works functionally fine right now. Yeah, so you collect with the canals. And a creature as well. I'm making a how to play video. I'm going to release that soon, hopefully. I keep getting distracted playing this game and balancing it and such, so I haven't had time to work on that video especially, but I'm getting there. But if you want to rewind this VOD as well, I've got, we were just talking about how to play and we did some demo games with Summer Flame. Maybe have the card affect the hero power so it can be used by other planeswalkers. Have the card affect the hero power. Right, I mean, I can play around with that as well. I have some ideas to have cards that interact with these hero powers. I don't think I have anything in the game currently that affects the hero powers. Not particularly. There are some cards that kind of take over some of the abilities. Yeah, anyways. I've got many more plans. So currently I've got 350 cards in the game. I've had so many ideas for new card design, but I'm trying to limit myself to just this for now, so I can work on just fleshing out balance perfectly. But like I said, there's going to be a dual color faction, or a dual color Alchemancer for every combination, and there's 5 base elements, so that's like, there's going to be 16 different types. I mean, dual colors are using the mono colors, so it's 16 soft types. Yeah, check out the Tabletop Simulator mod. Hit me up on the Discord server. If I'm around, I'll definitely play some games with you guys. Temporary boost generation to help dual archetypes. Temporary booster. There's some like resource mechanics, some cards that boost resources and such. Mainly in certain factions that do resource generation things. Metal is got some resource engines. God knows having 3 resources don't use it. Yeah, I'm not gonna have, so there's only ever gonna be 2, well, okay. There's only ever gonna be 2, as I'm calling it, conduit costs on a cart. So, for example, 2 lumber and 2 fish. I'm not gonna have 3, but there are 2 plus the 1 cost as mana. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of simplicity in games. I think simplicity is super important. Already this game is, like, obviously we're all coming from Feria, so it's very similar, but Feria in this game itself as well is very complicated, even though there's a lot of like things in place to make it simple. It is very complicated because we're just, you know, mashing cards together with a board. Like, that's just naturally going to be complicated. So I want to try to make no more complexities than it already is. 2 at most, I think is going to be cool. I mean, who knows? Maybe I change my mind later down the line and we make 3, because I suppose there's design space for 3, but I don't know that I want to particularly do that. We will see. I'll look back on this in the future and with different eyes. Each hero has a different combination of 2 types. Yeah, kinda, yeah. I mean, that's what the dual colors are. The mono colors give you 2 of the same resource rather than 1 and 1. So that's also the reason I went for 2. You get plus 2 gold, plus 2 lumber, plus 2 coal, so that I had room for dual colors. So with even if I wanted to include a triple color faction, I'd have to mess around with the abilities, so that probably won't happen. Add 2 more layers to the board as well, the Underground and Heaven. Okay, I actually, this was my first design of the game. I had a 3D board. This game, so I mentioned at the start, I started designing this about 6 years ago. And I think this was around the time that I found Feria. I don't know if I was inspired by Feria. I think I was inspired a little bit by Feria at the time, because my old board was super different. I'll probably post some pictures of this in the future. All of my old designs. The board was really big. It was a lot. It played more like a 4X game. And there was I mean, I went through several designs. One design had like layers where you could go up, you could go down, and there was like a spirit realm where you had like a second board that you could, or like kind of you're on the same board but you're in a different dimension that you're walking on the board, so you can pass through units and stuff. It was a wildly complicated game, and I'm glad I landed on this design. What's the goal of this game? It's similar to Feria. You get the life total down to 0. You'll notice there's no life, but that's just because I have to load things in. But this is like all of this mod is automated. So once the decks are in the right spaces, we start game, and then you'll see your face, which is known as your laboratory, because this is alchemy based. I actually designed the game first and I picked up theming afterwards. I mean, I think the core game design is more important anyways, right? But I landed on Alchemancy. It took me a while. I actually used ChatGPT to like brainstorm ideas, because I couldn't think of a name at first. I went through several different ideas, and then just out of the corner of one of ChatGPT's responses, it gave me necromancy as an option, and I'm like, mancy. I could mash that with a different word. Alchemancy. So ChatGPT really helped me brainstorm. Even if it didn't directly give me the title, it just helped my brain get to thinking. So I would highly recommend that. If you're looking for card names too, I use ChatGPT to kind of idea generate for card names. Like, you don't have to pick the results that it gives you, but just to like get the gears turning in your brain, I find it super useful. It's like having somebody to talk back and forth with and bounce ideas off of. Passing through units is an idea. Yeah, so that game design idea I had, I really didn't like it, because it was like you were in another realm and you could like, what was it like? You had like ghosts, I had ghost-like creatures, and so there were certain conditions you had to make to pass between the realms, so you had to fulfill some condition to come back to the land of the living, and then hit something, and then if it dies, it goes to the other realm, and then creatures could fight in that other realm. It was really wacky, and the UI would be a nightmare for that game. But I have keywords that allow you to pass through in this game. I mean, jump, obviously. From Feria, we already have that. But I've got other keywords like dive, where you can dive underwater to pass through units. I've got burrow, which is the same thing, but on land. You can burrow underneath units. And jump, of course, as well. What about portals? Oh, I got portals coming, don't you worry. I'm gonna keep those ones a secret for now. But I will say, yeah, I've got... I mean, this might be obvious anyways, but I'm gonna have a time and a space faction coming in the future. So, I mean, think of that what you will, with the, like, clock happening, and, yeah, space. I like the whole idea of teleportation. Place one down and every creature that goes in comes out the other side. Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, I suppose that's an obvious idea, I guess, but I definitely have portals coming. What about quantum mechanics? Game is not complicated enough. I mean, it's alchemy based, right? It's got to have the sciencey things. I included one keyword called entanglement, to kind of play off of that sciencey bit. And entangled is basically just, these creatures are, whenever a creature would change zones, in other words, if it goes to the discard pile, the other creature follows it along. So we've got like yin and yang somewhere here. So you summon yang from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then it becomes entangled, basically meaning if yin dies, yang also dies on the board. Or if it gets returned to your hand or something, then the other one also gets returned to your hand. And I've kind of played off of this as well with things like the Lich Queen, which has indestructible, so it can't take damage, but it summons a phylactery and becomes entangled with it, which is just a small little structure. Oh, it's going to be a summon, so it's just a 4 HP structure. So if the structure dies, the Lich Queen would also die. Yeah. There's a lot of different tricky mechanics. Break on through to the other side. The doors, yeah. Anyways, I'll stop rambling and get to making that how to play video. But like I said, you could rewind this VOD we talked about a little bit. I'm gonna make like a more condensed video if you value your time more than this. And yeah, we'll post the Discord link one last time before I leave you. In terms of Feria content, I'm gonna be doing stuff as tournaments come out. I was working on a Feria video, but then I got distracted with this, so I'm gonna be working on this for a little while, but there should be a seasonal cup coming soon. It's supposed to happen this month, but Abraham's been really busy with their new game, so I don't know. Feria content's been slow this month. Yeah, awesome. Glad you liked the art. I'm definitely going to update some things, but I'm super happy with how most of it turned out. AI art is ridiculous. Ridiculously stunning. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys can check this out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.